What's up, guys? This is John again, and today we're going to be reacting to Sorry Superheroes by our good boy Waves. Waves from the UK. Shout out to you, bro. Without further ado, let's react to the vid.
Superheroes, people that inspire hope, people that always overcome their biggest challenges, people who always rise up for those in need and to always portray the best version of themselves at all times. We're all familiar with what it means to be a hero. It means to have honor, it means to have commitment, it means to have humanity and to treat people with the utmost respect. But most of all, sometimes it means you have to be trash, man. Now I ain't gonna lie here, a lot of superheroes, as much as the majority are cold as hell and low-key a bunch of aura farmers, the rest of these men are just straight up goofs. Half of these men are either proper useless people and don't even matter, others are just there to fill in the team, and then there's overpowered superheroes who get nerfed or ploy. It pisses me off, man. I love superheroes. In general, the movies, the TV shows, and sometimes watching cold comic breakdowns are just the way to go for me. But I genuinely hate any story or superheroes. They piss me off, man. Even though at times I can understand why these characters need to be trash, it's just from a bunch of shit writing and they just get hold. So I thought today we could go over some bummy superheroes and I'm gonna just show you, man, how trash some of these men truly are. So let's get into it, man. So let me direct your attention to the one and only, the best speedster ever, the Flash. Because this guy hands down is an idiot. Now don't get it twisted. I rock heavy with the CW Flash show. It's amazing. Some of the casts were cool. Cisco is my favorite character. The CGI isn't that bad for a TV show. Let's be real here. The story was fire. The first couple of seasons was sick. And the fights were dope as hell. When he was fighting species, because everything else in this show is garbage.
When he was fighting like Zoom, Saboteur, Godspeed, it was actually really peak. But after that, it fell down. Like I watched the Flash CW, and I was like in the 8th grade with my friends. Like we were all talking about that Supergirl, Green Arrow. After that, like time went on and it became dead. And, like when he stopped fighting speedsters, it went downhill. It really went downhill.
The amount of downscaling and stupidity they gave to Barry breaks my flipping head. In every season of The Flash, between the first episode all the way to the last, this guy acts dumb as hell between that. Now I get it. With Barry being a speedster, he should win 99% of the time he has fights against anyone. He doesn't have a direct counter to it or isn't a speedster themselves. And I can understand how hard this must be for Rise to write since super speed is hell overpowered. But at the same time, every other meta-human he fights in the show makes me lose brain cells with the way he handles it, I swear down. This is the same guy who can travel through time, but he runs headfirst into an ice wall. You're telling me you can stop time around you, but can't save someone from getting shot? You mean to tell me you can phase through whole entire buildings where you let regular robbers escape after a bank robbery? Now, I don't know what to say about this shit, but end it all, man. 2 years ago when I started watching this show, I'll be honest, I didn't really care about any of this. I just wanted to get through the fodder in the middle to see the peak villains at the end, because that was where the Flash show was different. But for all the stupid villains he was fighting between them, my brain would be on fire just even looking at the guy in certain situations. This guy used to be running at super speed mid-fight, stop running, and throw normal punches at people. Make it make sense here. There's an episode where the guy gets jumped by a guy with a cloning power, and the best the Flash comes up with in that scenario is to just run out of there. How is that the best you come up with? You're useless. And he used to let people get away all the time. He's that fast, he can make a whole platform for himself to run on.
So you're telling me, in a 1v5 situation, you can't just speed yourself out of the situation? You just ran away? Oh, okay.
But too stupid to use his powers in the right situations and lets every little criminal he fights get away. Bro, what type of shenanigans is this? You're a donut, you're so stupid. I've never been so aggravated at a superhero in my entire life. Only a couple of things have ever pissed me off in this existence. London being too expensive, J. Cole saying it's grippy, and the Flash being an absolute shithole. This man is in my top 3 superheroes of all time. I am a hardcore speedster glazer. This is the greatest power to ever exist. I've been obsessed with this shit ever since Sonic X and have always said I would want to be a speedster. Yet somehow for 9 seasons of this guy's show, this man sucks using the power properly. He even sucked at saving people and they died for no flipping reason. No casualties needed to happen, knowing this is the same man who sees time differently than anybody else. He could have saved anyone and everyone he saw, but instead people out here died. I'm sick of this man. Now honestly, I'm definitely nitpicking here. I want to go back to when I was speaking about poor writing. A speedster most definitely is the hardest character to write into any superhero show or movie. Their power is genuinely so broken, there's only a couple of options you can choose for them to have. Either make the speedster fight somebody with cosmic or stupid level power to the point where anybody will lose against them, make the speedster fight another speedster so they're on equal grounding, or the choice they all decide to go with anyway, make the guy a dum-dum, and we can all see what they always go with. Super speed being done poorly in all superhero media disgusts me. Ever since I was a child, I've been obsessed with this superpower. Super speed was everything to me. I loved Sonic growing up. The Flash is my favorite Justice League member, and speed was how back in the day you would pull in primary. All you had to do was be the fastest and you practically ran the score at that point. But now I'm at mature age, I'm just devastated to see where the power's gone at this point. It just looks good cinematically. It's horrible everywhere else. Either writers need to cut this shit and stop putting speedsters against people with completely different powers who really ain't that easy to beat against them, or stop downplaying their powers, making them look dumb as shit. It's not like people would get tired of seeing people like the Flash fight the Reverse Flash, Zoom, or Savitar all the time. Those three carried the entire villain arcs of the Flash show. Especially Zoom. This guy's a demon, bro. This man came in on some menace shit. Finesse Barry, stole Caitlyn, deadass killed his own time remnant. This guy's a fiend. And Savitar literally carried this guy through time. He was a sick individual. I would never get bored of this. This would be
Savitar was a demon. Savitar was a legit savage of a person. And to reveal him was just, it was very, like, in the future, I guess. Like, it was one episode when Savitar was revealed. He was actually Barry from, like, the future. And it's like, bruh, that's crazy. Really is crazy.
amazing to see all the time. I understand that if Barry was able to go to his full potential with his powers all the time, the episodes would only last like 2 seconds and then roll to credits. However, like I've mentioned before in a previous video, there's been times where Barry's fought other people who weren't speedsters and he couldn't beat them. For example, when he was fighting the Sandman from Earth 2, guess what? His super speed didn't work here, so he had to improvise and figure out another solution to beat him, which made this episode different to the rest since he wasn't moving like a bum here. The writers here actually used their brains and decided to give this guy a different scenario to tackle, which they should have been doing for the entire show. Let's be real here. As much as I rated the CW Flash, this guy was still a sorry ass, bro. Hey, but I don't want to spend the entire video just talking about one guy here. The Flash clearly has multiple issues within the show that if you're a bug out like myself who cares too much, you're gonna get pressed at everything you see. Was the show horrible? No. But was the show the coldest DC's ever made before? Probably. It's just that the guy's powers are just hella inconsistent. When he fights a speedster, somebody overpowered, or somebody who's threatening his family, he's going all out and going crazy, pulling out all the stops and finishing them in a couple of minutes. But then when he's fighting somebody completely different on the street, he gets knocked out. What's the point of this then? I'm convinced that every person that Flash fought in the show that got away was saved by the Reverse Flash, because I'm thinking there's no way this guy actually lets people.
The Reverse Flash is just a hater in general. The Reverse Flash is legit a hater to him. Like, for real. Ever since, like, birth, like child age, the Reverse Flash has been a legit hater. I bet, yeah, I agree with you, Waves. He had to do something like that slight moment changed everything. Maybe he beat the non-future, but the Reverse Flash had to, you know, let me do something. Oh, he lost. He lost again. Let me just do this, then do that again, then a little bit of that, then he lost. Blame Reverse Flash.
Get away all the time. I'm sick of it, man. I'm just disappointed, bro. We ain't never had a good speedster ever, and it's jarring, man. Most of them are just hella sorry and it's just bare annoying. I'm tired of it, man. It's just straight arse cheeks. They're garbage. And with the Flash, as cold as he was, could have been better, man. Could have been better. Moving on to my next character, we have the legendary fishman, Aquaman. And I personally think some of the way Aquaman can use his powers will be dope as hell. He can breathe on the water and communicate with all the aquatic animals. Imagine being best friends with a killer whale or shark. That shit's gotta be cold. His life probably looks like the movie Shark Tale, man. That should be sick. Or besides that, he sucks. His powers are lame, bruv. What in God's name could you do with this shit? Communicate to fish. What the hell am I gonna ask these man? They're fish. The man is bound to the ocean. Outside of that, what the hell could this guy do for me? If my cat was stuck in a tree, what's he gonna do? Dash a dolphin at? I don't need that shit. And who could this man possibly be fighting? He lives in the middle of the Atlantic. What goes on there? Black Manta, Patrick Star, Finding Dory? Aquaman is a straight up goof. He probably drinks kelp shakes and runs to the Krusty Krab every Friday. This guy's a straight up donut, man. I would probably have to be stranded in the middle of the ocean to actually need Aquaman. Aquaman's powers are purely situational. I mean, Aquaman's probably a superhuman in it, so he probably has the basic strength, speed, endurance, and durability like the rest of them. But then his actual powers are just for bozos. How would this help me? I mean, shit, Aquaman could probably hook me up with some free fish instead of running down to my local Tesco. He can definitely hook me up, because with these prices, it's long out here, man. Aquaman is the sorriest member of the Justice League, and just because Jason Momoa played him doesn't mean he's tough. At least no more from Marvel can fly. That's a bonus. He's got the ability to soar in the sky and manipulate water like he's the Avatar. Meanwhile, Aquaman's out here trying to get Majinky with a fish. He's a sicko. Also, we need to get a bit serious here. How is this man meant to be the king of Atlantis, protector of the 7 seas, matches with all the fishies, but he pollutes the ocean? The man was drinking on his way to the water and dashed the drink straight into the ocean. Brother, that probably killed one of your friends. What type of king is that? Man, anybody like Aquaman? Aquaman's just trash. Now, I can't talk about sorry ass superheroes without talking about Marvel's dynamic duo, Black Widow and Hawkeye. And I'm 100% sure these guys are just on the team for diversity. Everybody else in the Avengers is a guy.
I mean, you're not wrong, but they do have their like part in the Avengers. You know, if that's not big, it's not like it's something like small. It's like something small can make a big difference. Like Black Widow can, like, you know, interrogate the system, and Hawkeye, you know, like snipe the whole thing, like snipe something that was major. So I understand why they're on this list, but I mean, eh, not really though. But I understand.
Damn superhero. The Green Giant, Thor, Captain America, and technically the GOAT Tony Stark. Meanwhile, you got these two bums who just shoot and kick shit. What else do they do? The most memorable parts I have from each of these guys in the whole of the Avengers series is Black Widow sacrificing herself for the Soul Stone and Hawkeye shooting the floor in Age of Ultron. How do these two even come close to the rest of the team? They're arse. Generally, what were they doing in the Battle of New York? I swear. They were just standing there when they were all circled up looking like they were gonna do something mad important just to get no goddamn screen time. They're arse. Now, I can get behind heroes with no powers. Normally, that trope ends up in these people working twice as hard to even do the same amount of work as their superhero partners, making them even more dangerous than the superhero people. Because we know for a fact, regular human heroes are demons. They don't hold back when it comes to fighting off crime, and they low-key beat the shit out of people. We always see people like Spider-Man and Superman showing mercy and holding back when they're trying to fight villains, just trying to subdue them and not trying to kill them in the process. But the humans, if you even looked at Batman crazy, he'll put you to sleep for the next month. This man is a criminal and dangerous. When you compare DC's human heroes like Batman and Robin to Black Widow and Hawkeye, these men will get their shit rocked. They're garbage. All in all though, Scarlett Johansson is still fine as hell, so it don't really matter type shit. But truthfully, these men are just extra space. Get them out, man. They ain't do nothing. And now, my friends, this brings me to the final individual I'll be speaking about in this video. And I hate this guy with every fiber of my being. This is the worst superhero of all time. They suck booty, they talk crazy, and they just straight up suck ass. I hate them. This person is the most despicable, deceitful, useless person in all of superhero history. So with no respect, I present to you the Immortal.
You mean mid-mortal. Mid-mortal. Mid-mortal, mid-mortal, mid-mortal. I haven't watched, well, I've watched some clips of Immortal. This dude got pieced up 5 times. 5. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. 5 times this dude got pieced up. 4 times by Omni-Man, and 1 by an Invincible variant. Yo, pack this, no wonder he retired. Pack this dude up, bro. Pack him up.
And I hate this man genuinely. This guy's horrible. What has he done through the entire of Invincible? This guy's trash. All he does is die all the time. The Immortal is an absolute joker. He gets packed up every other episode and doesn't do shit besides get revived, come back, chat some more shit, die, and repeat. And the Immortal has been alive since the dawn of existence. He was best friends with Adam and Steve, only to stay the same throughout the entire history of planet Earth.
Don't you mean Adam and Eve? Don't you mean Adam and Eve? Come on, man. Adam and Eve.
And just get packed off 24/7. This is some bullshit. He's a fraud. I thought the Immortal would have been someone special, you know. Since his first episode debut, I thought he would have meant something and been a good character for the cast. I thought he could have been an inspirational individual till he died, then came back, died again, then came back, then got packed off in the future, and then died again. This is some horse shit, man. But the worst thing about the Immortal, even more than him getting packed off as much as how many times you probably take a shit in a day, is his relationship with Duplicate. I swear to God, these two absolutely disgust me. They're genuinely both just the definition of useless. I'm sick of these man. They act like they're so different to everyone, and when Duplicate was out here trying to justify to Rex why she was with Immortal, she was like, he's done as much as me, Rex. That's why we're together. So you man bonded over trauma. That's the last reason anyone would get into a relationship. And Kate doesn't even die for her. She keeps her clothes stored in the back. She's a liar. And I really don't understand how the hell the Immortal and Kate survived the end of the Invincible War. But my god, Rex Splode died. How the hell did Kate and the Immortal survive this shit? But Rex sacrificed himself. No, man, that's some cheese right there. And then the Immortal had the balls to even say, man, I'm done with this shit. I'm retiring, bro. Retire from what? Coming back again? You're useless. He said it like it would have some grave impact on the entire world, like everybody would give a crap. Like he was so important, he had some giant ass statue in Chicago. When the only giant achievement this guy's ever had in his life is probably being in a flipping Happy Meal. He said it like the whole of Cecil's government agency would be upset. But Cecil's probably out here twerking in joy. He doesn't have to burn taxpayer dollars on reviving this fodder character. You're not important, bro. I swear you don't matter. I don't understand how the Immortal didn't try to go through some gigantic bulking phase or some giant training montage throughout his whole existence on Earth. This man got progressively weaker every season. He been on this goddamn planet for eons, literally watching the sun set and the moon rise for generations. The man is a certified unk, so how does he always get beat up? I've said before that Invincible is a complete victim. This man gets his ass handed to him 9 out of 10 times in every fight, but at least he can somewhat hold his own. The Immortal will throw a 1-2 and just get decapitated in less than 10 seconds. seconds. What is the point of you? And when he came back, I don't understand how he became the leader of the Guardians of the Globe. I don't care if he's an OG member or if he was the leader before. This man can't be no leader or talk crazy to anyone when his mustache isn't even connecting. He just looks like a caveman. This is a sick bum. I don't even think I need to spend too much time talking about this man. I think it's obvious from the whole community that this guy is just a loser. The Immortal and Kate are some of the biggest bums in superhero history. I don't even want to class them as superheroes. Superheroes is too big of a title for them. They're just there to bring balance to the cold and decent superheroes in Invincible. Because let's be honest here, there always needs to be balance. Because with no balance, there can be no peace. And with no peace, there can only be problems. That's a legit quote. I made that shit up today. But Bun Kate, Bun the Immortal, and these men are cheeks. They're horrible. But now we at the end of the flick. And these were some sorry trash superheroes I had to speak about today. If you got any more or disagree with the people I mentioned in this video, write in the description below. I appreciate all the support. I love you, man. And I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.
W video by Waves here. I understand why you put Black Widow and Hawkeye in there, but they can sometimes carry it all. But the whole entire list, I gotta agree with you on that one, especially Immortal and that clone chick. I don't know, I forgot her, like just like that. That's crazy. But yeah, this is